Hi there, welcome to Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot card reading for Libra energy, and we're going to read it from a couple different perspectives because people have free will. Some people harness high vibe Libra energy, they're balanced, they have hope and faith and belief in their dreams and in love, and they want to be in just and fair and balanced relationships. And some people are more aligned with their worldly Libra energy, what their truth is. It could be more about the world at this point in time. Could be focused more on career. Might be more about themself. Might be more about, life's all about learning lessons in life. And some people haven't been enlightened to the truth that love is what makes it all worthwhile. And then there's some people that are shadowy Libra energy. They think it's just and fair to be just more about themselves, or bossy or controlling or immature, and try to manipulate people into thinking they harness a more high vibrational energy than they do. So we all tap into Libra energy about what we think is just and fair. So listen to your intuition about where you're at in the story and where some other people in your life are at. The overarching reason for the reading today is the Thief card, and followed by the Bad Health, Expectation, Main Male, the Thoughts card, which I view as like a King of Swords, Libra energy. And then the Occupation, the False Person, and the Courtship. So the whole thing is, we all have our own shadowy nature, which is like what the Thief card can represent. We can all have some ways that we indulge our more worldly nature. The way I read tarot is that the masculine figures can represent how we take action in the world. Because we all do take action, it's considered masculine energy. Because people don't know the truth of how we really think and feel, which can be represented by the feminine figures in tarot. We all have our shadow nature. And there's a part of us emotionally that can be tempted to kind of indulge our more worldly nature. Are immature, prideful, fearful, insecure, poor, pitiful me, whatever the case is. I'm immature, I'm prideful, I'm egotistical, whatever it is. We all have our loving nature, hopeful, believing nature in the Expectation card that would like us to grow up and mature ourselves. But that does take us seeing the truth. And Libra is represented by the scales of justice. We'd have to see the truth how we kind of indulge ourselves. And we'd have to be willing to speak the truth to ourselves. You kind of indulge in your shadowy nature somewhat. And we have to stand up for truth and justice and fairness and realize that if we kind of keep indulging our more immature, worldly nature, we're probably not going to reap the harvest that we want, because we keep acting and kind of indulging ourselves in this more immature way of life, or immature way of living, or immature way of viewing relationships. And in order to free ourselves from that, we need to see the truth, because the truth sets us free to live our life differently. We have to maintain balance within ourselves, and we need to emotionally put in this work and effort to work through those things in the false person that stop us from aligning with our more loving nature. What are my fears and insecurities? Why am I defensive? Why don't I love myself? Why don't I have hope and faith and belief in myself? And the whole thing is, when we have aligned with our more shadowy nature or codependent nature, or caught up more in things of the world, wanting to go kind of feel better by looking outside of ourselves to things to make us feel better, whether that's getting in a relationship, drugs, booze, alcohol, whatever it is, because we'd rather not do the work to work through our own fears and insecurities and stuff to love ourselves and get ourselves more balanced. And, then we don't have to take action in truth, and we don't have to get more balance within ourselves, and whoever we might be hanging out with could be happy. We live our life like that. And we could just stay in a relationship with them, or stay in that job, or stay in that friendship. And then we don't have to do this work within ourselves. And some people are doing that right now. They could know that they're living their life in a way that's kind of keeps them tipped out of balance, but maybe they don't want to speak their truth. Maybe they're in relationships with some people they could love, but are those people treating them in a just and fair manner? Are those people acting with character and integrity? Do they want us to be loving, but they get to be kind of shadowy? And we'll all stay in those relationships for as long as it takes until we're ready to stand up for ourselves and speak our truth. And some people might decide in their Libra energy that I'm going to keep working with this person. I have my own fears and insecurities or codependent nature, or this looks good by worldly standards, I'll just stay at this job or in this relationship. And some people will do that. And sometimes some other people who would like to be in a relationship with some people wish that those people would do this work within themselves, because they would like to work with them, but they're not going to work with them if they're still in shadowy energy or still enabling other people in their life who kind of manipulate and control them, you know? It's like, so there comes a point in time where if there's people we've been in relationship with that we could have been loving and encouraging to, and eventually we see the truth that my dream isn't going to come into reality with these people. I could keep working with them, but I'm going to keep settling for an unjust, unfair, unbalanced relationship, which could be with the false person and the thief. Maybe I'm in a relationship with someone where I give, and maybe I'm a loving, nurturing person who maintains balance within myself, and that would be self-discipline with your shadowy nature. Like, well, I don't act in these ways, but they do. And eventually we start to do this work to work through, why would I stay in a relationship with someone who isn't treating me in a just and fair manner? Why aren't they motivated to do this work within themselves, to get more balance within themselves, to speak the truth, to be more just and fair in the relationship? You know, but you have to be motivated and inspired to even want to put in the work and effort to work through some of your fears or your insecurity or your past pain and heartbreak, or, you know, work through why you choose to act in ways that aren't truthful or loving or just or fair. Why be petty? Why be bossy? Why be controlling? Why be defensive? People have to even have an interest in even wanting to put in that work and effort, and some people don't. Some people, this is their dream life. I want to be in a relationship where someone works with me, letting me not have to grow up, not having to heal, not having to mature. I like working with people who kind of indulge me in a relationship. I can be all these shadowy ways of being, and they'll stay in a relationship with me anyway. And for some people, they've decided that's their dream life. That's their truth. That's the kind of relationship I want to be in. And other people have decided, no, this isn't a just and fair relationship. And if I've been offering you love and encouragement, hoping you would see the truth and speak the truth and do this work within yourself to overcome whatever it is that manipulates you, and that you do this work within yourself, some people aren't willing to do that. And some of those people, eventually we speak our truth. I feel like you're being dishonest. I feel like you're not being authentic. I think you might want to be in this relationship just to indulge yourself, or it's good for your ego, your image, or this is the way you view relationships. This isn't how I view relationships. And eventually the other people do this work within themselves to align with their more loving nature and to speak their truth. And then the false person can be, I'm going to overcome my own fears and insecurities about loving myself to transform my life. And if you're not doing this work within you to transform your life, to look at life differently, to look at life from a higher perspective, to expand your perception of how you view yourself and the world and relationships, then we're not on the same page. What you think is just and fair, or what drives and motivates and inspires you, is different than what I think is just and fair and what drives and motivates me. And we all have the free will to live our life the way we want. And I see the truth. We're not on the same page. How I want to move forward in life and how I view myself and the world and relationships is different than you. So high vibe people see the truth of it, because again, the truth sets us free. I accept it doesn't have anything to maybe do with me. Everybody has free will to live their life whatever way they want. Some people like to be in relationships with people who aren't doing very well. It makes them feel like a very loving person, and they view themselves as a very loving person. But if the people they get in relationships with do this work to heal and grow and mature themselves and want to move forward in the relationship, some of those people are like, I think I'll let you go and I'll go find someone else who might be sad or might be lonely or hasn't learned to love themselves, because then that makes me feel like I'm this loving person. You know, if I move forward with you, now that you've kind of healed or grown or matured, well, now I have to kind of up my game. And I'm good living it this way. I'll just go find someone else to get in a relationship with. And we got to realize that sometimes that's how people like to live their life. Or again, they're looking for someone to enable them in their poor behavior. So, and basically they kind of indulge themselves. Well, I like being in relationships, but only as long as people view me as this loving, nurturing person. If they ever want me to grow or mature or heal, well, no. No, I'm good. I'll keep living my life like this. And some people keep stealing from themselves. Instead of kind of becoming all that they could be, we'll all repeat a certain pattern of way of living life and viewing life and repeat these patterns until we're willing to see the truth of it. And sometimes there's some people who I don't want to ever change. I want to keep living my life just like this. I'm good. It's like, well, you could transform your whole life if you were willing to face some of your fears and insecurities. And, you know, what stops you from moving forward in life differently? And they're like, no, I'm good. I'm okay living my life just like this. You know, some people are motivated to free themselves from some of the things that manipulate them, and, you know, so they don't carry that baggage around anymore. And some people aren't. It's like, that's just something else that I bury underneath the surface. I don't want to deal with it. It's like, okay. So, what's going on in Libra energy right now? We have the official person sideways. The reason is because of the gift. Do we want to accept the gift of love, to have hope and faith and belief in ourselves, to believe in our dreams, to look at life from a higher perspective, you know, and kind of align with life-giving energy? And life-giving energy is where we do continue to grow and mature ourselves and face our fears and insecurities throughout our life, to grow to our full potential. If you were to equate a human being to an apple tree, some people are like, oh, I'm good at 6 feet. What, I got 100 apples? I'm good. It's like, you could grow to 30 feet and you could have 1,000 apples. You could give to other people. And some people are like, why would I do that? I'm good. I got 100 apples. I'm good. You know, we have free will. A tree does have life-giving energy. It does what it's supposed to do until it kind of gets to its fullest potential, and it will fight to find the light and grow to its full potential. It'll grow sideways if it has to grow sideways. But human beings, we have free will. It's a gift given to us. We have the free will to live our life whatever way we want. We can choose. I kind of view the official person as like Aries energy, where we could learn all these lessons in life, work through our fears and our insecurities and our prideful nature and our ego nature and our worldly nature, to really become a leader in the world and be a good leader in our own life and feel like, you know, with what we had to work with or life circumstances, we feel like, you know, we did grow to our full potential and we did make good decisions in our life. And it takes time. We all make mistakes and got a lot of lessons to learn in life. But in high vibe, it would be that I want to work together with other people, and I realize if I'm going to work together with other people, especially if it's like a romantic, loving relationship, we have the common goal. And everybody in that relationship should work through their own fears, insecurities, pride, and ego, because we can all be tempted to make it more about us. Like, I'm the gift. People should make it more about me. And in high vibe energy, it's like, you know, I'm going to temper my shadowy nature. It's not more about me than other people. We have this common goal, and everybody should make good decisions in this relationship. If their decisions are going to affect other people, we should all be tempering and take the lessons that we've learned in life to temper our prideful, egotistical, me nature, to make decisions that are best for the common goal, working with other people that are doing that also, everybody being held accountable for their actions. But there's some people in the world that are like, I don't know if I want to make decisions that are best for everyone involved. I kind of might want to work with other people, but I kind of like to make decisions where it's still more about me. And so they invest in kind of indulging their more shadowy nature. I don't want to make decisions that are best for everyone involved. And for some of you, you could have worked with people, had bosses, been in friendships, relationships with people, and that you came to see the truth of it. And eventually, our intuition was given to us as a gift. You know, that some people here aren't acting with character and integrity. People aren't treating other people the way they like to be treated. They're not making good decisions in their life or in this relationship situation. And some people did, and some people are right now listening to their intuition about that. And they realize the only person they can change is themselves. If other people aren't making the free will choice to work through their own inner conflict about change and stepping outside their comfort zone, expanding their perception of themselves and the world around them, then the only person we can change is ourselves. And why? Because we do get concerned. Are these people ever going to change? I could have been loving and nurturing and supportive in this workplace, friendship, and relationship. I'm speaking the truth. I'm maintaining balance within myself. I'm trying to be just and fair. I'm trying to act with character and integrity. But it kind of keeps us from living our truth, because kind of when we can be in workplaces or friendships and relationships with people and we keep emotionally kind of investing a lot of time and energy into investing in them, you know, eventually we have to see the truth that if they were motivated and inspired to work through any of their issues and to speak their truth or get more grounded within themselves or balance within themselves, you know, they would. But sometimes some people don't want to do that. Some people, they get in these relationships, and sometimes I think they can really be up in their head all the time in the concern card, which I view like 7, 8, and 9 of swords. They're always afraid that the other people are going to change, because it's part of life's process. you live life at a certain phase of life. You learn lessons from that life experience. You kind of learn what you do like, what you don't like. You take the things you do like, and you put your own creative spin on how you want it to move forward, and you kind of let go of some old ways of being that didn't really seem to work. And then you want to do it in this kind of new way based on the lessons you learned from living life at that previous way of living life. Just like we did age 15, going to age 18, going to age 21, going to age 25. But there's some people in life that don't want to do things any differently. It's kind of like, I got out in the world, I grew up, I have a job, I'm good. I just want to be in a relationship, I'm good. I just want to get married, I'm good. And they don't plan to change, and they don't want anyone else to change. I don't want you to work through your fears and insecurities or your self-limiting beliefs. I want you to stay the same as you are right now, because I plan to stay the same as I am. You know, and for the people who like to be in relationships and they like to view themselves as this just and fair or nurturing person, is this someone who I should make an offer to? Do I think they're always going to not love and believe in themselves, or whatever fears and insecurities they have, they're going to have those forever? Are they always going to be codependent on me so I can view myself as this nurturing, loving person? Or do I think they might start listening to their intuition over time? Do I think they'll change? Do I think they'll heal? Because if so, I might not want to make them an offer. Because I only might want to be in relationships with people who I think are going to stay the same, because I don't want to change. And other people, some of the other people in their life, you know, we can all get in relationships. We're at where we're at in life. We have lessons to learn in life. Other people can get in relationships with those people. And at the same time, these people could be wondering, are these people changing? Are these people doing this work within them? Some of those people are doing that work within them. And then this person starts to get worried because, like, I don't know, they're seeming to heal. They seem to be more balanced. They seem to be more confident within themselves than they were before. Oh, I'm getting worried. I don't know if I want to keep being in a relationship with them. Because some people want to keep moving forward in a relationship with someone, exchanging time, energy, effort, hugs, and kisses with them, where they get to not have to change. If I am kind of bossy or controlling, if I have this way of viewing life, and I think that's a just and fair way to view life, and that's how I want to keep moving forward, and it could be more, I view the High Honor card as like the Six of Wands, Leo energy, and the Six of Pentacles, this Taurus energy, which can have to do with our philosophy of life. If some people have decided, I am more aligned, I have this way of viewing life, and you know, I want to have these things that other people have in the world. I want to look like I'm moving forward victoriously. I want to be in a relationship, so I have someone exchanging resources with me in a relationship. But the thing is, I don't really want to do love. I get hurt doing love. I want to hide behind my false mask. I kind of want to be in my defensive nature and kind of hide behind my ego. I want to work with someone, but I want to not really be authentically myself. More vulnerable and authentic. I think I can live more from my mind than my heart. Libra's air sign energy of the mind. You know, I think I can manipulate people into thinking that I'm more about love and that I view life in a more hopeful, believing way in love, but I maybe don't. But I think I can maybe manipulate people into thinking I'm that type of person, so they'll keep moving forward with me in a relationship. And so long as they keep having hope and faith and keep putting in work and effort into working with me and maintaining balance in the relationship and, you know, have hope and faith and belief in the dream, we can keep moving forward like this. But if they start to see the truth that I do have maybe some fears or some insecurities that I don't deal with, or some self-limiting beliefs, or I really don't do love, it's kind of indulging myself in a relationship, that it's good for my ego and my image and my status, it looks like I'm moving forward victoriously, might look like I've changed, look like I've moved on from the past, but I'm really the exact same person I was in the past as I am now. And some people are just looking for a caregiver. Will you indulge me all my life? Do you want to move forward with me in a lot of ways that would look victorious and successful? Are you willing to be my caregiver? Are you basically going to give up your dreams of what could have been if you were in a relationship with someone who is more on the same page as you? Someone who does work through some of their fears and insecurities or defensive nature, or more being in it because of how it benefits them in a more egotistical, indulgent way? Will you ever see the truth that it was more about ego and image? That it really wasn't maybe love at the foundation of it? That maybe I wanted to get in a relationship with you to steal from you? If you're a loving, giving person, I wanted to steal your dreams from you. That dream isn't going to come into reality with me because that's not how I view life. I don't really do equal give and take. I don't really do love. I'm never really authentically myself. My false person, egoic nature kind of runs my life. But it works for me. It's good for my status and my image. It makes me look like I've moved on. Makes it look like I'm victorious in the world. Until those people see the truth that I'm never going to be like them. There's never going to be where a loving, hopeful, believing, giving, encouraging, supportive person is going to be, they're not going to find that type of person in me because we have free will and I decided not to align with that within myself. Some people already have been in relationships with people like that. They realized they weren't going to change and they got out of their head about it, learned the lesson they were meant to learn from it, took action to get out of their ego about it and their inner conflict about it. I'm not going to settle for less than I deserve and let someone steal from me. If they're being unjust, unfair, unkind, acting in immature, bossy, controlling ways, more about ego and image, don't treat me the way I treat them. I'm going to distance myself from them. And I'm going to exchange, the Six of Pentacles can be like, I'm going to exchange that foundation because that's not aligned with my truth. Maybe at one time it was. Maybe at one time that was a pattern of mine where I kind of indulged people in poor behavior. Maybe because I hadn't learned yet that love is supposed to be balanced and just and fair, and people are supposed to treat you the way you treat them. And I think sometimes loving people, it's that fine line between kind of more shadowy people and more loving people. Loving people also can be very loving and giving people. Sometimes they can look for the people who don't love and believe in themselves, but they hope those people will come to love and believe in themselves. The other people might present themselves as loving, and they might even seem to be very loving and nurturing, but only so long as you kind of are codependent on them. They don't want you to heal and grow and change, because then you are going to want, it's kind of like they want the parent-child relationship, the student-teacher relationship. And the difference is, high vibe people can do that too, but they do want the people to change. The other people can be like that, but they like people being codependent on them. But at the crux of both of them, I think, is a little bit of a thing of ego. To a degree, why am I not getting in relationships with people who are on the same page as me? Partly it can be because we are repeating a pattern. This is the type of people we're comfortable with. We're used to being in relationships with people like this, not used to being in relationships with people who treat us the way we treat them. And we could be loving to other people, but we really haven't learned to love ourselves, to let other people in a way love us. And again, that makes us feel like we're these very loving people because we offer love to these other people in the world. But why aren't we in a relationship with someone who treats us the way we treat them? And it does require us to step out of our comfort zone. It does require us to change. It does require us to... It challenges us to grow and mature ourselves. When we're in a relationship with someone, oh, they're just so immature and impulsive. Oh, they're just into this. Oh, you know how they drive their life off into the ditch, doing this and that. You know, it's kind of like almost we don't tell ourselves the truth of it. But maybe that, I don't know. I'm sure you're getting the idea of where it can almost seem like us kind of indulging in our ego. It's almost like we know it's not going to work out, but then we can blame them for it not working out in a way or something like that. So, if some people have been loving, nurturing people, some of you have already moved on. Some people are in the midst of it. Some of those people are at the stage where they're going to keep investing in it. No, I'm sure they'll change. Let's keep moving forward like this. I don't want to see the truth. Because if I see the truth, I'm going to have to take action on the truth. I'm going to have to start putting in work and effort to work through how I kind of deceive myself. And I don't want to see the truth of that. And I don't maybe want to have to change. I want them to change. And they keep doing that. And some people that maybe some of you would like to be in a relationship with, maybe that's the stage of life that they're at with someone they're in a relationship with. And, you know, sometimes we don't know people well enough to have an intuitive inkling of where they're at. If you think they're a loving person, maybe you think that they have people that they kind of enable in their life. They keep waiting for those people to change. For others of you, but you don't know if you don't know them well enough or haven't known them in a long time to really know what drives their decisions. Maybe they view life as, maybe they have someone who's willing to work with them, and it is more about the ego and image and being indulged. If the most important thing is to look victorious and successful, some people think, well, this makes logical, practical sense. I'll indulge someone for those things. I want to look like I have those things. And maybe some of those people don't believe they can manifest things into reality on their own. But there's always going to be you and some other people in the world that at any given moment are in these type of relationships, and they have seen the truth of it, and they're not going to stay in it. At what time, you know, it's kind of like Judgment Day coming. At what time is the last day you tell someone, I love you. I love you. I want this relationship to move forward in a more authentic, warm, loving, just, fair way. I want my dream to come into reality. Are you willing to move forward with me in this way? And some people in their life could be like, eek, we're not going to do this. We're not going to live more from our mind than our heart. You're not going to kind of keep indulging me in whatever way I like you to indulge me. You're not going to keep indulging your more worldly, egoic nature to keep staying in a relationship with me. You want me to do this work within myself, to work through some of my issues, to do more equal give and take with you. And some of those people say, no, you go. And some of those people have some hard lessons to learn. Guess we could kind of look at the thief card as the devil card, which could be that people have some lessons to learn about how to play nicely with others in the world. Maybe kind of like the Seven of Swords, or not maybe listening to their intuition. because some of them it would require them to be more balanced. It would require them to speak their truth about some things that they don't want to speak their truth about. And they could just think, I'll go find someone else to get in a relationship with. You know, I think I can manipulate someone else, or this is the way I want to live my life. I am more about the ego and the image. You seem to be more about maybe a more authentic, deep, meaningful relationship, a more balanced relationship, a more balanced view of life. I'm kind of tipped into more about me or the world or ego or whatever, fear or codependency, and no, I don't want to do that. And some people, like the rest of you, are going to move away from some of those people in their life and some of those jobs. And how are they going to do that? They're going to align with their hopeful, believing, loving nature to love themselves and believe in themselves and heal. And when they feel more stable and grounded and balanced within themselves, you know, they're going to be more ready to speak their truth and maybe have a new beginning. And it's about I'm willing to face my fears about getting in a relationship with someone who I do think is more on the same page as me. And for the people that are, you know, we all have people in our life, whether they're friends or family or adult children, you know, the coworkers, everybody that we kind of deal with in life. All of the people in our world who accept our gift of treating them with love and respect, who appreciate that, who realize that if they don't respond in kind, that you're probably going to move away from them and, you know, not engage with them anymore in a friendship or a relationship. Those people might have to work through some of their own fears and insecurities because maybe, or self-centered nature, because maybe they're kind of used to having people in their life who kind of do indulge them a little bit. And they're going to have to do this work within themselves to say, am I willing, am I motivated and inspired by the way these people in my life are living their life, that I am willing to do this work within myself to maintain balance within myself, to heal and grow and mature myself, to keep working with these people. And there's going to be some people who, as some people are moving forward in their life, there's always going to be people who want to be friends with us, be in a relationship with us in some way that's like, oh, I want to come with you. But I think people will listen to their intuition about those people. It's like, well, why? It's like, well, you look like you're moving forward victoriously and successful. I like being in a relationship with people like you that seem to be more tempered and balanced. And that looks great. I want to come with. But if the other people kind of, in their intuition, it's telling them that they really aren't on the same page, that in some way, you know, again, kind of want to indulge in it, but they're not really being authentic or truthful or trying to be manipulative. Can I deceive someone to thinking that I've changed when I really haven't? And you know, the people that have learned to listen to their intuition, you know, we can't be sure about everybody all the time, but if we've learned some lessons that as we go, if we see, hey, wait a minute, in the bad health, what's going on here? And we stand up for what we believe in. It's like, hey, I've already been there and I've done that. What's going on? You know, and you call people out and, you know, the whole thing is when people say people are, it's one thing to extend people some grace and have some compassion for them, but when they act in ways that, you know, what the hell, that, are we going to listen to the red flags or are we going to keep ignoring the red flags? So let's go see what's coming up for people who harness some high vibe Libra energy. What's coming up for them that they might not see coming? Just 1, 2, or 3 cards, please. Okay. The Tower, the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles, I have 2 decks combined. A card not showing itself, which is the 5 of Pentacles. And the reason these came out is because of the King of Cups and the 2 of Pentacles. If you knew some people in your life who wear a false mask, who might be more about ego and image and money and materialism, or they just can't pick a path and they keep going back and forth, well, not picking a path, not making a choice is a choice. And some high vibe people have seen the truth of that. And that some people they could have viewed as loving people, you know, they could see that maybe that is a mask that they wear, that, you know, it's like, I like to present myself as being this loving family person, but really I might be more aligned with it being about me or indulgence or the world. And the high vibe people, the Tower card talks about seeing the truth of it. People who are motivated and inspired to move forward with you in this way would take the action to invest time, energy, and effort into you. And sometimes when some people aren't doing it, they're hoping it'll have you up in your head because they could know that you love them. And they're trying to use the love that you have for them to manipulate them, to get you to give up having hope and faith and belief in your dreams, to come back and do it the way they want to do it. And that's what we need. Sometimes we don't know, you know, why when I interviewed for that job, why didn't those people hire me? Why when I made a gesture to someone to hang out more as friends, why weren't they receptive to it? If there was somebody I wanted to date, why weren't they receptive to it? If you've been truthful and honest and authentic and inspiring and loving, and people know this is how you live your life, yeah, some of those people know the truth that isn't how they live their life. And it would require them to quit wearing kind of their false mask and juggling, and they would have to kind of be on the same page as you. They would have to free themselves from some of the things that manipulate them, learn lessons in life, get out of their more egoic worldly view of life, and to detach from aligning with their more worldly view of life. And have some hope and faith and belief in their dreams instead of being in kind of a lack mentality where, no, I got to work with the world. I got to work with these things of the world. Or I don't love and believe in myself. And it takes time, but people are able to eventually detach. Why? Because they did offer them self-love. And they did pick up their investment in those people and maintain balance within themselves. So where you know some people harness these energies in a shadowy way, you're harnessing them in a high vibe way. And you have learned these lessons in life, and you have healed and grown and matured yourself. You're not the same person you were before. Before, you could have been kind of juggling, I don't know, what is my truth, you know, and now you know your truth. I am more about letting love and intuition guide my decisions than my worldly, egoic, maybe codependent nature. And I have hope and faith and belief in my dreams, and the only people I want to keep moving forward with in relationship are other people who have learned that lesson too. No longer feeling left out in the cold. That does take time for the people that are just going through that process. If you keep doing this work, the energy of love is what helps you heal. Even the love that you have for other people helps you heal. You're kind of like offering other people love and encouragement. You're also offering yourself love and encouragement. And I'm not going to stay in relationships with people who are treating me in a shadowy way. And I'm inspired to maintain balance within myself, to maintain balance and not take action more out of fear and lust or codependency. And I hope those people heal. And as you keep staying in that energy and working through your own fears and insecurities and self-limiting beliefs to keep staying focused on your truth and the pathway you want to go on, just over time, it kind of, and of course the other people that aren't moving forward with you in that way, you kind of keep seeing the truth of the decisions they keep making, and it keeps clarifying the truth that you do live your life differently. What you think is just and fair is different than what they think is just and fair. And over time, eventually, you're able to let go of that foundation. And then, as you're putting in this work and effort within yourself to free yourself and maintain balance within yourself, there's going to be other people that also see the truth of that. And they see you as someone they want to work with, they want to be friends with, they want to be in relationships with, and want to work together with you in this balanced, loving way. And they are willing to speak their truth and maintain balance in a relationship with you. And everybody puts this work and effort to overcome anything within themselves emotionally that could stop them from going on this journey, because it's all a battle within ourselves that could cause us to sabotage the relationship. We get caught up in our head. We get up in our fears, and that's not kind of like being in the moment and letting love and intuition guide you. You can get so much up in your head about, well, what about this, and what about this, and what if this, and what if that? It's like, hell, somebody could get hit by a bus the next day. We don't know what's going to happen. Do you feel the people that are in your life are working with you cooperatively? Do you think that they're acting and being loving? Are they treating you in a just and fair manner? And we have some hope and faith and belief to maintain balance within ourselves. But we could know some people who always get so caught up in their head, they sabotage the relationship. And then we could have known some people who are like, oh, this is scary, this is unknown territory, this would be out of my comfort zone. I would have to kind of detach from living more from my mind than my heart, and I would have to get out of my fear and my insecurities or my pride or my ego or these trying to be defensive in a relationship, and I'd have to get more just and fair and balanced. And some of them are like, oh my God, that take too much work. I'll just go find someone else to get in a relationship with. Or maybe go find someone else who I think might be more codependent, or maybe someone who's got money, isn't doing well, and I'll try to manipulate them, because if it's more about ego and image and money, that's my objective anyway. Love maybe was never my objective to begin with, because I might not want to do love. I get hurt doing love, or I don't even believe in love. And, we just see the truth of it, and we let people live their life the way they want to live it. We go invest in people in the world who we think are on the same page as us. Some of those people won't move forward with us because maybe they're not who we thought they were. Some of those people have already moved on in their own loving relationships, and they're working in their own relationships, doing this with someone else. And those people would love and encourage all of us to keep having hope and faith and belief. Some of those people could be shocked that you let go of one relationship and now you'd like to work things out with them. And they're like, shit, I might have really liked to have been in a relationship with you, but I already got in a relationship with someone. And I kind of have those traits and characteristics and feelings and everything with someone else. Well, those people would hope that you keep loving and believing in yourself. Some of those people, it might make them question, how am I living my life? Who am I moving forward with? Who am I aligning? Did I kind of get off the path somewhere along the way? Am I moving forward with people who are loving and encouraging me to grow to all I can? Or have I kind of been indulging someone? And it might make them wonder and cause them some mental conflict about, who should I move forward with? Who are the people who do have my best interests at heart, and who are the people who don't? Who wants to move forward with me more out of pride or ego? Have I been in relationships with people more out of pride and ego? Who are the people who seem to be telling the truth? Who seems to be the people who are encouraging me to love and believe in myself? For some people, for the people that it does cause them concern, they could be going through that. And then those people are going to have to decide, and whatever way they choose, they're going to learn lessons in life. They're either going to find out, oops, I wasn't seeing things clearly. Something could have been clouding my judgment, or I was repeating some pattern and I didn't realize I was doing that. And at some future point in time, those people might move away from some people in their life. Some of people in the world, it's like, you know what? I think you're aligned with my truth, and I am willing to face my fears about, because it's kind of like if you were to look at life as a video game and you go through a certain phase of life and you have to overcome challenge and obstacles, you could look at those as the devil, the things and challenges we have to overcome. Well, we complete one level of life and we go to the next level, there's going to be new challenges and obstacles. There's going to be new fears and new insecurities that bubble up within us, kind of represented by the devil, that we're going to have to work through. And some people say, you know what, I think I've been in a similar situation like you, and I think I've been either enabling myself kind of in my poor behavior or more worldly living. I'm seeing how that steals from me, and I want to live a more balanced life, even if what I was kind of focusing on was just my career, And I want a more balanced life. I want these things of the world, but I also want loving, nurturing, supportive people in my life, and authentic people in my life, and people who I don't think want to be in a relationship with me for some selfish reasons, And if some of those people see the truth of that, they might turn their back on moving forward with some of the people in their life who they felt were trying to manipulate them into moving forward with them, but they weren't being authentic or for the right reasons, or they weren't. So the whole thing is, though, there comes a point in time, regardless of where people are, that if people aren't putting in the work and effort to bring it into reality and speak their truth, then we got to assume those people aren't on the same page. We can't keep staying an expectation that can be stealing our dreams from coming into reality. Our dreams aren't codependent on a certain person. Keep moving forward, living your life, enjoying the people in your life, investing time, energy, and effort into your own unique talent, skills, and interests. If you're not in a love life right now, you put work and effort into your career and all these other things. And, you keep waiting for the people who are on the same page as you. But some of you will have new jobs, new friendships, new romantic relationships. And we just listen to our intuition about those people as we go and maintain balance, speak our truth. And if we think someone isn't telling the truth, it's like, sorry, you're going to have to go back to where you came from because, you seem to have some lessons to learn about what it means to work cooperatively with people authentically from love. What's coming up for the more shadowy people that they don't see coming? The Judgment card, because of the Four of Cups. Well, for one thing, if some people have been trying to manipulate people and deceive people and confuse them about the truth, some of those people are going to call judgment on them. Because they could feel like they're being emotionally manipulated, that, these people really aren't offering them love to work with them cooperatively. It's kind of more like, hey, won't you indulge me? Or how about I indulge you for whatever reasons, but it's not really love. And I think some of those people, the whole thing is people go through life and they go through these life experiences with other people. Other people start to listen to their intuition more. They've already went through certain life experiences, and then someone comes in and they kind of might have this more like trying to go back to an older time frame and way of living life, and people are like, I'm not the same naive, gullible person I might have been when I was 21 or 25, you know. I've dealt with some people in the world, and you know, so for some of these people who want to keep using these same old tricks in a way, other people are like, you know, I might have fallen for that, and I did fall for it when I was younger, but I've learned lessons in life, and I'm not going to keep indulging someone who can't make a decision, who has a lot of inner conflict about what their dreams are. It's like, I know I've already been in relationships with people like that, or people who want to indulge themselves, or people who just want, you know, are more about the ego or the image. And they didn't see that coming. Some of these people went on to try to go deceive someone else. Maybe they were deceived by someone else. You know, what goes around comes around. You know, we could all be moving forward in things that are victorious and successful, and then we can be tempted to not want to keep moving forward with it, because it does require us to maintain balance within ourselves, to speak our truth, to be just and fair, to do this work within ourselves. And some people thought, I think I can go do this. I bet somebody will view me as like a gift that came into their life, and I bet they'll move forward with me. And when we're tempted to act in shadowy ways, the devil lies, and things don't go the way we thought they were going to go. And it's all to try to get people probably to realize that if you're not being authentic and you're not being loving, or because you haven't learned some lesson, you might be drawn and attracted to someone, maybe chasing after people who aren't very loving to begin with, but you're trying to get them to love you or validate your worth and value. Why? Why not see the truth of who they are? Why do you need them to validate your worth and value? How about you love and believe in yourself and validate your own worth and value? And for some of those people, I don't think it's going to work out the way they think it's going to work out. They might move forward in a relationship. It might look very victorious and successful by worldly standards, but it's not love. And then that's when they might realize, wow, I really thought if I made my life about these things, or I had someone indulging me, or if I indulged someone else for those things, I thought for sure I'd be happy. But I feel like I missed an opportunity in love. And then they start to realize how love is what makes it all worthwhile. But some of those people will still be unwilling to speak their truth. And they'll keep staying in something that's unhealthy, whether they're indulging someone or someone's indulging them, and they turn their back on putting in this work and effort to free themselves, which could transform their whole life. But some people don't want to transform their life. I just want to be viewed a certain way. I want to have a certain status and image. If I have those things, I'm good. It's good enough. It's like, okay, well, everybody has free will to live their life the way they want. High vibe people aren't settling. They want to be in emotionally nurturing, mature, loving, balanced relationships where they don't feel left out in the cold. They want it to be inspired by love. And the other people are willing to sacrifice love to have whatever it is they want instead. And then what they might not realize, you know, sometimes people think, oh, I can be deceptive and manipulative maybe, you know, Libra can be our like public politician persona. Some people could think that because I have this certain status or image in the world, or I look a certain way, or whatever, that I can deceive people about the truth of why I do what I do. But you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. And they might have some more people in the world who don't want to keep investing in them because they see the truth. You had an opportunity to move forward with people who you could have kind of had your dreams come into reality with, but enough was never enough. You needed more attention. You needed to be more controlling. You needed to have more money, more status, more image. And I think you let go and could have been deceptive and manipulative about that situation. And I don't think you operate from love. I don't think that's what drives and motivates you. And for some of these people, that could really be a shock to them. And, you know, when other people are moving forward in character and integrity and they're not taking action more out of pride or ego or look at me and look how I'm moving forward and look how victorious and successful I am, kind of doing things maybe more out of ego or indulgence or lust or greed or codependency or fear, people see the difference between the two types of people in the world. And it's like, it looks like these people aren't taking action out of pride and ego. It looks like they're moving forward in an emotionally balanced, loving way. And it doesn't look like they're trying to deceive or manipulate people about anything. But I'm starting to think that some of these other people are. You know, the truth tends to come to light, whether people want it or not. And for some of these people that were kind of bossy or controlling or whatever, you know, and they end up having employees leave their business and leave friendships, leave organizations, leave relationships. You know, some people are really shocked at how much some people have changed. Some of the shadowy people are shocked by how much some people have changed because they know that some of these people, the high vibe people, are very loving people. And they could have thought, oh, they'll keep wanting to work on that relationship. And the shadowy people thought, oh, you're going to want to keep working on this relationship because I know you love me and I know you wanted this to work out. And I'm going to act in these shadowy ways, try to use the love that you have against you to manipulate you. And some people said, no, that's not just and fair, and I see the truth of it. And I'm going to pick, out of love for myself, I'm going to pick up my investment in you. You're not someone I want to move forward with because you're not the person I thought you were. You wear a false mask and you juggle. You're kind of two-faced. And though I did have love for you, instead of investing my time, energy, and effort into you, I'm going to take this action to invest in me so that I don't get back in a relationship with you or someone else like you. And I chose to offer myself that cup of love. And some of those people are shocked about that. So there you go, Libra energy. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.